change. So
we just stand on loyalty. You know what I mean? We stand on real deal loyalty. And you know, sometimes that shit ain't displayed. And this ain't got nothing to do with no label, no paperwork, no QC, no nothing. It just got something to do with the three brothers. And shit, that is what it is. Right now, we gonna be the duo till time tell.
Cardi B just blew up the internet, and this drama's spinning faster than anyone can keep up. What kicked off as a shady little comment about album sales has turned into one of the wildest, dirtiest feuds the rap world's seen in a minute. Saweetie thought she was being cute, clowning Cardi's numbers and pointing out that even with all that hype, her new project still couldn't outsell Nicki Minaj's. But she didn't stop there. Saweetie made sure everyone knew she was riding with Nicki, tossing shade straight at Cardi's long-running war with her biggest rival. And that one move, oh, it was like lighting a match in a room full of gas. Cardi snapped back, not with her usual slick talk, but with a threat that sent shockwaves through every fan base out there. She went straight for the jugular, hinting she's got a tape that could ruin lives and end marriages overnight. Cardi claims Saweetie hooked up with Offset and says there's proof. This ain't just rap beef anymore. This is full-blown bedroom chaos on public display. And just when it looked like it couldn't get wilder, Nicki Minaj stepped right into the blaze. She's out here backing Saweetie in the middle of the storm, pouring gasoline on the fire and watching the internet lose its mind. The girls are going at it again, and it's about to be a total meltdown. So let's get into it. Saweetie's standing tall beside Nicki, saying loud and proud, "That's my best friend." She might be a certified bad one, but Saweetie should have known better than to jump into grown folk chaos, because now the streets are talking loud and they're saying she and Offset were allegedly linking up while he was still married to Cardi.
Nicki or Cardi B? Not me, y'all. This is mad. I'm taking a shot.
That was sinister
I'm gonna say Nicki.
yeah, see, I was gonna say the same thing though. That's crazy.
So you said Nicki?
Yeah.
So being that y'all agree, that's a shot. They gotta take a shot.
That's wild. People been whispering about this hookup for ages, but it always stayed in rumor territory. Back then, Cardi shut it all down, calling it nasty gossip and saying Saweetie would never. But now that Saweetie's out here riding with Nicki and throwing shade at Cardi like it's a sport, Cardi's done staying quiet. She's ready to spill everything she's been holding back. To make it worse, Offset's been acting messy through the whole divorce drama, throwing curveballs and trying to get under Cardi's skin every chance he gets. Between his chaos and Saweetie's bold new loyalty to Nicki, it's clear Cardi's had enough. She's over the games, over the silence, and she's doing all this while pregnant too. That's pressure. What really got fans shook, though, was Saweetie's little post and delete moment on Instagram. She dropped a picture of a man who looked suspiciously like Offset, then snatched it down quick. Some fans claim it was just an old pic with Quavo, but others swear that man's face screamed Offset. And the caption? Fight night. Yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing with that one. It's giving sneak disses, unfinished business, and pure chaos. And everyone's watching every move like hawks. Wait, what? Saweetie might have deleted that picture, but the internet never forgets. The damage was already done. Posting that photo right when Cardi and Nicki were tearing each other apart on Twitter? Yeah, that timing wasn't no accident. Fans instantly clocked it, and from the way things played out, Cardi definitely caught the shade loud and clear. She wasted no time clapping back. Cardi hit X with a bold shot saying, "You must have missed me, huh? Crazy. Now kiss my feet." And if that wasn't enough, she doubled down by retweeting a fan who wrote, "Tell her make a hit. She in the studio just wasting time. Woo!" That jab hit deep, especially since people been whispering that Saweetie's music career hasn't been hitting the charts like it used to. But here's where it gets even spicier. Reports say Cardi's finally admitting what fans have suspected for years. Allegedly, Saweetie's fling with Offset was the real reason Migos fell apart. That's a bombshell. For the longest time, Cardi denied it all, but insiders claim she's done protecting anyone's image. Remember when the Migos split? Offset stayed mostly quiet, trying not to air out the tension, but Quavo? Oh, he couldn't help himself. He kept sliding in little digs, talking about Missy, and fans knew exactly what he was hinting at. Takeoff, rest his soul, was caught right in the middle, torn between loyalty and the truth behind the scenes. And when Quavo and Takeoff did that interview together, Quavo didn't even try to hide it. Those not-so-subtle shots at Offset said everything without saying a word. Man, rest in peace to Takeoff. He was always solid for Quavo, but you could see the pain behind the scenes. He was loyal to the crew, still kept things cool with Offset even when the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. When Migos fell apart, fans lost their minds trying to piece it all together. Some said Offset wanted out of Quality Control Records. Others swore it was about money and contracts. But Quavo? He made it clear this was deeper than paper. It was about loyalty. That's when everyone started putting the puzzle together and realizing those Saweetie and Offset rumors might have been way too real. It all came bubbling back up when Cardi got into that wild online war with blogger Sleaze Mirage. That's when the bomb dropped. Mirage claimed Offset slept with Saweetie and threw shade saying, "So, Saweetie, you really want to talk about people's husbands?" That sent the internet into a frenzy. Cardi fired back quick, denying everything. She said, "No, baby, you lying. You making up crazy stories, dragging women with no proof." And honestly, she did what any wife would do. Defend her home, her man, her name. But no matter how hard she fought to keep it under wraps, the truth started leaking through the cracks. Because then, Quavo himself stepped in with a mic drop moment. In his track Messy, featuring Takeoff, he rapped, "I said, I ain't even fuck with my dog behind my back." And fans instantly knew who he was talking about. That line hit like a confession, confirming everything people had been whispering for months. And from that point on, the rumors weren't just rumors anymore. They were receipts in lyrical form. Quavo said it best in Messy. "I ain't stressing, I ain't stressing. You wanted the game. You should have said it. We would have blessed it." And if there was any doubt who he was talking about, the man literally recreated that infamous elevator fight with Saweetie in the music video. That was the biggest clue of all. No subtlety, just straight smoke. Even though Cardi stayed quiet after that, word on the street is she wasn't letting that slide. Reports say she secretly got her get back behind the scenes. Cardi's never been one to hold her tongue when it comes to women linked to Offset. She's built a rep for checking anybody who crosses that line, and it's nearly landed her behind bars before. Remember when she allegedly sent people after Jade and her sister over Offset's affair? Or when she went toe-to-toe with Cuban Doll online? Yeah, that's the kind of fire she brings when she feels disrespected. Insiders even claim Saweetie got caught in that same storm. Allegedly, Cardi tried to get her blackballed in the industry, moving quietly to cut off her bag and shut down her collabs. And once that rumor spread, fans started believing Saweetie's new shade wasn't random. It was revenge. That's when things reignited in 2022, after talk broke that Saweetie was set to hop on the F&F remix with Glorilla, Latto, and JT. That track was supposed to be the anthem of the summer. Saweetie already laid her verse down, locked it in, and all that was left was to shoot the video with the girls until the behind-the-scenes tension got too hot to hide. Then, out of nowhere, boom! Saweetie was cut from the F&F remix without warning, no explanation, no nothing, just gone. And what made it even wilder, she was the only one removed. No known beef with Glorilla, no public drama, just straight silence. Fans and insiders were scratching their heads trying to figure out what went down. Because moves like that don't happen by accident. And right when the whispers started catching fire, Glorilla dropped the big reveal. Cardi B was hopping on her new track, Tomorrow 2. Suddenly, all the puzzle pieces started snapping into place. People started speculating that Saweetie getting axed from F&F wasn't random at all. It might have been payback. The timing was just too suspicious, and let's be real, Cardi's known for playing chess, not checkers. Fans started connecting dots fast. They remembered the drama with Jade, the online beefs, and Cardi's rumored behind-the-scenes power moves, and the internet went wild with theories. One fan posted, "So Saweetie got removed from the F&F remix because she slept with Offset and Cardi found out, so she made sure Saweetie got blackballed. She wouldn't work with Glow unless Saweetie's verse was gone. Whole bag snatched." Another fan chimed in saying, "So that's why Cardi made Glorilla take Saweetie off and gave her a free feature in return." It was messy, it was personal, and the timing made it look way too real. And just to pour more salt into the wound, Cardi hit Twitter again, throwing shade at Offset and Quavo like, "They be going for anything, but I can't go for none of that." Whew! That line had the whole internet screaming, because she said what she said, and everyone knew exactly who she meant. But Quavo caught that sub loud and clear, so when he and Takeoff pulled up to Drink Champs, they didn't hold back. They picked Nicki Minaj over Cardi B without hesitation. And let's be real, NORE knew exactly what he was doing with that question. Asking them to choose between Nicki and Cardi, that was straight up stirring the pot, and he loved every second of it. Given the long, messy history between Cardi and Nicki, that question was basically gasoline on an open flame. Takeoff, as always, looked like he wanted no part in the chaos. Cool, calm, just vibing. But Quavo, he couldn't resist the shade. At that point, his relationship with Cardi was already strained, so there was no chance he was about to side with her over Nicki, even if deep down, he might have been conflicted. And that's the thing about Drink Champs, they feed off drama. So when Quavo proudly said Nicki's name, everyone knew what time it was. The whole internet lit up, because it was obvious he was being shady on purpose. Everyone knew Nicki wasn't even tight with the Migos camp like that. So him acting like they were cool? Yeah, that was straight trolling, aimed right at Cardi. To make things even more chaotic, Nicki jumped in and fired her own shots back online. She blasted Quavo saying, "Quavo, was it worth it, dummy? No career. Takeoff gone. Remember you told me you were the Beyonce of the group?" I laughed so hard inside. Anyway, pay Offset his alimony. Barney B, that post broke the internet. Nicki went for everybody in one breath. Quavo, Offset, and even Cardi. It was brutal, cold, and completely unfiltered. Exactly the kind of energy that keeps this feud alive. Anyway, let's swing it back to Cardi and Saweetie. Now, Saweetie's always had that I mind my business image, right? But when you're deep in the mix like that, there's always more to the story. She might look sweet, but don't get it twisted. Her shade game is slick. Saweetie's the type to move quiet but make noise at the perfect time, and most people don't even catch it until it's too late. That fight night post wasn't her first shady moment toward Cardi, not by a long shot. One unforgettable instance came when those Getty images of Cardi from the Vanity Fair Oscars after party went viral, and not for the best reasons. Fans started dragging her, saying she looked nothing like her Instagram pics and accusing her of photoshopping heavy. It got ugly fast, with people calling her fake and clowning her looks online. Then, as if things weren't messy enough, Nicki Minaj decided to jump in on Twitter, dropping the line, "Clock back TV," which everyone instantly read as a jab at Cardi. And she didn't stop there. Nicki followed up with another one saying, "Photoshop them bars." Yeah, that was straight shade with no chaser. While Cardi was getting roasted across social media, Saweetie slid right into the chaos with perfect timing. She posted her own unedited Getty images, flexing her natural look, and captioned it, "She don't need no edits." You can't tell me that wasn't intentional. The timing, the tone, the confidence. She knew exactly what she was doing, dropping that post right when Cardi was already catching heat for her appearance. That was the kind of sneak shade only a pro could pull off, and Saweetie made it look effortless. That caption about no edits and no Photoshop, oh, that wasn't random. That was surgical shade. Saweetie knew exactly what she was doing with that post, and the internet caught it immediately. Comments started flying, with fans saying things like, "Messing with somebody's husband and still clowning them with your beauty is wild," and "head barb behavior. She cleared Cardi for real." People were eating it up. And remember how I said Cardi's got a radar for subs? Well, she caught this one instantly. She jumped on Twitter and posted, "I'm not as mean as I could be, and I want people to be more grateful for that." Translation? She was holding back. For now. But when Saweetie decided to clown her again during that ongoing mess with Nicki, that was the last straw. Sources are now saying Cardi's completely done playing nice. Word on the street is she's claiming to have actual tapes of Saweetie and Offset together, allegedly from when she and Offset were still married. And if that's true, then Cardi's sitting on a bomb that could end careers overnight. According to reports, she's even daring either of them to test her again, basically saying, "Go ahead and push me. See if I don't leak everything." And knowing Cardi's track record when she feels betrayed, fans believe she just might do it. It's pure chaos now. The feud's past music, past shade, it's straight up personal. This situation's so messy, it needs to be tossed in the trash and set on fire, but here we are, watching it all unfold in real time, and it's only getting hotter. What started as a petty jab over album sales turned into one of the wildest sagas hip-hop's seen in years. We're talking bedroom scandals, blackballing rumors, sneak posts, Twitter shade, and a full-blown rap war with Nicki Minaj right in the middle of it all. Saweetie kept firing off subtle digs, Cardi came swinging with alleged receipts, and Offset, he's right there in the chaos, stirring the pot like it's his full-time job. But this isn't just rap beef anymore. This is real-life mess spilling out for the whole world to see. Careers are on the line, reputations are crumbling, and every fan on the internet is glued to their screens, watching every post, every tweet, every move. Everyone's waiting for the next bomb to drop. Because with Cardi allegedly sitting on tapes that could flip the game upside down, this tea ain't just hot, it's nuclear. At this point, nobody's safe. Not Saweetie, not Offset, not Quavo, not even Nicki or Cardi themselves. Every single one of them is playing a dangerous game where loyalty's rare, the drama's raw, and the receipts are way too real. And one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. So buckle up, Buttercup, because if you thought it was messy now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this chaos with your crew, and don't forget to subscribe to Public Secrets, where we keep spilling the truth one scandal at a time.